Before we begin, understand this clearly. If you stay until the end of this video, you will know exactly how people disappear from ordinary lives and return as entirely different human beings. Not motivational talk, not fantasy. Real behavioral shifts that quietly rewrite who you are. This is for the person who's tired of being watched, judged, underestimated, and quietly pulled backward every time they try to move forward. This is how you vanish without announcing it, rebuild yourself without applause, and come back changed so deeply that explanations are no longer required. The more you open your life for public display, the more space you create for others to enter it. This isn't negativity or paranoia, it's sociology and basic human behavior. When people have access to your thoughts, your plans, and your progress, they will form opinions. They will draw comparisons, project doubts, create narratives, and build expectations that never existed before. Some will mean well and offer encouragement, others will criticize, question, or discourage. But in both cases, the result is often the same: friction, and friction slows momentum. There's a reason great work is often done in the dark. There's power in privacy, in controlled silence, and in the absence of outside influence. When you step away from constant exposure, you remove the need to perform, explain, defend, or justify your moves to anyone. You free yourself from the subtle pressure of being perceived, judged, or evaluated. This allows you to think clearer, move faster, and build without interruption. Becoming unavailable, unreachable, and unknown for a period of time isn't running away, it's strategic withdrawal. It means choosing your evolution over validation. It means protecting your growth from premature opinions and shallow interpretations. And doing all of this in secret feels dangerous in the best possible way. It feels alive, because you're holding a private truth that nobody else can see. That while the world assumes stillness, you're quietly reinventing yourself. Progress becomes a private thrill, not a public performance. Small wins become fuel instead of content. And when the time eventually comes to re-emerge, the contrast will be undeniable. People will wonder how it happened so suddenly, not realizing it was simply hidden. Genuine transformation never needs applause while it's happening, only when it's complete. What's funny is that when that moment finally arrives, you won't even care about people's reactions. Not because they won't be big or dramatic, but because somewhere in the shadows, you learned the most important lesson of all. The only opinion that ever truly mattered was yours. When you spend enough time alone with your ambition, without spectators, without commentary, and without the pressure of being perceived, you stop needing external confirmation. You stop looking over your shoulder to see who's watching, who's impressed, or who's doubtful. There's a kind of inner quiet that develops when your focus is no longer split between doing the work and narrating it for others. That kind of quiet is rare, and once you find it, you don't trade it for anyone's applause. What most people fail to understand is that this process actually has structure. It isn't about disappearing for aesthetics or creating a dramatic comeback story. It's a psychological reset, a strategic shift, and a gradual rebuilding of your identity. And if you rush it or skip steps, especially near the end, you'll regret it. Because transformation isn't just about what people eventually see. It's about what happens when nobody is watching, when there's no instant reward, when there's just you and your potential staring at each other in silence. The first stage is learning how to disappear in the right way. Not disappearing from life itself, but disappearing from the noise. It means quietly removing yourself from environments that drain you, from conversations that don't move you forward, and from habits built around being seen rather than being effective. You stop broadcasting your plans, and you stop offering explanations. You don't make a grand announcement about it. You just become harder to reach, harder to read, and harder to interrupt. Once you're hidden, the real work begins. This is where you rebuild. Skills, confidence, discipline, clarity. Small improvements become thrilling because they aren't being evaluated by anyone else. You're no longer performing progress, you're actually making it. It's slow, private, and sometimes lonely, but it's the phase that defines everything that comes later. And then, eventually, without forcing anything, you step back into the world, not with a dramatic reveal, but with a presence that didn't exist before. People notice the contrast on their own, and the irony is that by that point, you no longer need them to.
Disappearing doesn't mean deleting social media or moving to another country. It starts with something much harder and much more important: controlling your mouth. Your mouth betrays you more than you realize. Every time you speak openly about your life, your struggles, your goals, or your direction, you leak energy. From now on, your life is no longer a topic of discussion. Not with friends, not with coworkers, not with extended family. No one. The only possible exception is a life partner who genuinely wants you to win, and even then, you choose your words carefully. Most people struggle here because talking is automatic. We are wired to share information. It's survival coding. But to disappear correctly, you must fight that instinct. You'll need to learn how to catch thoughts before they exit your mouth. That pause right there is power. Become vague, become quiet, become someone people can't quite read anymore. When someone asks what you've been up to, your answer doesn't reveal direction. When someone probes, you redirect. Slowly, you become a mystery, and that mystery gives you freedom to move without interference. As you learn to stay quiet, you must also rewire something deeper: your relationship with other people's opinions. If you care what everyone thinks, you will never stay hidden long enough to change. The truth is uncomfortable. Most people aren't thinking about you nearly as much as you believe, but the belief that they are controls your behavior. It shapes your decisions. You adjust yourself to imagined judgments. That version of you has to die. Here's the trick. Instead of trying to magically stop caring what others think, you replace the audience. You create a single observer in your mind. That observer is still you, but it's the version of you that sees everything clearly. The version that isn't distracted, insecure, or afraid. The version that knows exactly who you could become if you stopped playing small. And you start obsessing over what that version thinks of your actions. Not strangers, not friends, not followers, just that one internal witness. You ask simple but uncomfortable questions. Would that version respect what I did today? Would they be proud of how I handled discomfort? Did I choose effort over excuses? Did I act with discipline, or did I fold because it was easier? These questions sound small, but they are brutal because they expose you to yourself. And that exposure replaces the old craving for approval from others. You stop checking for reactions because you already know the truth internally, whether you held the line or whether you slipped. In a way, you're hacking the same psychological mechanism that used to make you a puppet. The need to impress, to perform, to seek validation is still there, but now it's redirected inward. You're impressing your higher self, not the crowd. You're performing for someone who doesn't care about your excuses, who can't be manipulated, who sees every skipped step and every lie you tell yourself. It's uncomfortable at first because it removes all illusions, but that's the point. With repetition and awareness, something shifts. You stop chasing external approval and start chasing internal alignment. You move with autonomy instead of trying to win imaginary votes. And when that shift happens, disappearing from the noise becomes easy. Not because you're avoiding the world, but because you no longer need it. As ambition grows in the shadows, excitement will always follow. Ideas will hit you at random moments, new directions, big plans, clear visions of who you could become and what you could build. And your first instinct will be to share them, because sharing feels good. It feels like momentum. It feels like progress. But the truth is, most plans are fragile in the beginning. They're still forming, still vulnerable, still sensitive to doubt and interpretation.
Treat them like passwords to a vault, not out of secrecy for its own sake, but out of protection. Every time you speak your plans out loud to the wrong person, you weaken them. Not because people are evil or jealous, but because most people don't carry your conviction. They can't see what you see. Their reactions, whether subtle doubt, forced support, or careless dismissal, can interfere with your drive. Even a slightly raised eyebrow or a half-hearted, "Oh, nice," can be enough to make you second-guess yourself. Imagine that each unnecessary reveal cuts your chances of success by 5%.
There may be moments where advice is necessary. That's fine, but be surgical. Find the exact right person for the exact piece of knowledge you need. Reveal only what's required. Extract the information, disappear again. Do not let curiosity or validation pull more out of you than necessary. Carelessness satisfies others and damages you. Precision protects you. As you stay hidden, progress will arrive. Slowly at first, then unmistakably. You'll feel stronger, sharper, more capable. And this is where most people fail. They show it. They post it. They hint at it. They let the world peak mid-transformation. That is a mistake. Progress must remain invisible. Your improved body, your growing income, your new skills, all of it stays private. Disappearing only works if it lasts through the entire transformation. Returning early almost always reverses momentum. Old expectations come back, old patterns resurface, and you end up restarting. You will feel the urge to share. That energy is real. But instead of releasing it outward, recycle it inward. Use it as fuel, push harder, go further. Turn restraint into acceleration. That's how levels are unlocked, not through applause, but through sustained focus. This path is not clean or comfortable. Pain is guaranteed. Physical pain, mental exhaustion, emotional strain. You will hit walls that feel personal, and your instinct will be to seek relief through sympathy, to talk, to vent, to be comforted. Resist that urge. This phase demands solitude. You bleed, sweat, and cry alone, not because no one cares, but because pain processed privately builds something pain processed publicly never can: strength. Scream into the wind if you need to. Let the tears fall. Patch yourself up, then keep moving. Each low point becomes leverage. Each breakdown becomes pressure that forges a stronger version of you. Pain is not an obstacle here, it is the doorway. Look forward to it. That's when you know you're doing this right. Now, the transformation begins in earnest. You must choose your targets. Vague ambition leads nowhere. Be precise. Decide exactly what you are becoming. Not better, not successful, specific. Write it down. Put it where you'll see it daily. No one else gets access. This vision becomes your compass. Once the target is set, your life reorganizes around it. Every hour matters. Obsession is not optional, it's required. Treat this like your one real chance. Your environment must support your goal. Live closer to what matters. Join rooms that teach what you need. Structure your days so progress is unavoidable. Track everything. Break large goals into small, brutal tasks and execute daily. This is not balance, this is dominance. As this becomes routine, your mind must change with it. Happiness is no longer comfort. Happiness becomes progress. You begin to enjoy being unseen. You enjoy the work. You enjoy the silence. This mental shift is critical. You're not waiting to reappear. You're building a life that doesn't need permission. Eventually, something strange happens. The idea of reappearing loses its appeal. You don't need validation anymore. You don't need recognition. You've merged with the shadows. You keep pushing, quietly expanding into bigger goals, higher standards, deeper focus. Most people never fully understand you, and that becomes peaceful. Your life transforms beyond what you originally imagined. Not louder, not flashier, but stronger, calmer, sharper. You found something rare, contentment without approval, power without noise, and once you experience that, you'll never go back.
And if you want to learn about a powerful cheat code that accelerates this entire process even further, you'll want to watch what comes next.